Well, so I heard from all of you different things, right? Public versus private, walking, cycling, right? Some of those issues. And it's all about competing priorities, right? Can we reframe what exactly are we talking about when we talk about mobility, commute? And we'll go around the room and then probably last, Arun, I would want to ask you, reframe the issue, what the city is confronted with. And then we'll talk about some of the specific stuff you are engaged in. Deepesh, do you want to reframe what exactly is the problem that we are tackling? Is it commute? Is it mobility? Is it public versus private? What exactly is it?
I think certainly there is a commute issue, right?
This is a commute issue that we are, commute of all kinds.
Commute of all kinds, right? Okay. 1 crore people approximately want to show up on the road every day to go mostly to work. I think 80% of the daily commute is work, 20% is leisure. I think one of the things which we ought to do is that while government needs to do their bit, I think individually we need to do that, and this is something which I strongly advocate, is that if one day in a week, we spoke about the increase of 10% traffic, but if in one day in a week we do not drive a single occupancy car, which is just you driving the car on the road, it will reduce the traffic by 20%. So I think that's the ownership which we individually need to take. Alternatives are, we spoke about bus, we spoke about metro, we need to figure it out. Or if nothing else, just hop on with your buddy, just do a carpool. But at least we need to get that, and it will at least reduce 20% of the traffic.
Srini, can we reframe? What do you think is the issue? Just that, and then we'll dive deeper into other areas.
So, the framing of it is mobility is for all. Mobility is not just for the formal employees. Mobility is not just for people in formal employment, but mobility is for all. That means the kids going to school, that means the vendors going to KR market to get their vegetables early in the morning, that means everybody in this city. So, we need to start framing mobility from a all perspective, and that is if this is a public problem, then public includes all these people.
Got it.
Surely some people get higher priority because the way the nature of the system is, the crying child gets the. So, the thing is, we need to start thinking about it from a data perspective rather than, everyone is a traffic expert in this city, in this country, everyone has a solution, right? But traffic and mobility and congestion, these are science, these are things that are scientific. How to make a footpath is science, it is not what A wants or Arun wants or something else. There is a way to make a footpath, there are standards for it. Similarly, we need to frame our mobility, okay, this is how Bengaluru is, this is how it is going in north now towards airport for example. So, an airport metro line is coming, therefore, we need to do transit oriented development. You need to grow the city where the public transport is coming and things that support that, and you need to build in a city where kids do not have to travel 25 kilometers to go to a school or 1 hour in the bus waiting stuck in the traffic, right. The schools begin at 8 AM Malini in Bengaluru city. It was done some 2 decades ago to separate the kids from the traffic problem of the city. Guess what? The traffic problem has reached the school kids also now, right. The school hours are adjusted in this city. In no other city you will see that, you see that in Bangalore. But then we caught up with that. So, we need to understand that.
Sure.
Build schools, make sure that education is available in places that people are going to live and work. In Western world, this is called the 15-minute city. Everything that you access for your daily needs should be within 15 minutes of you, urban planning that is. So, mobility is part of city planning. Mobility does not exist on its own, and guess what, we do not have a city master plan right now. So, the city is growing in whichever direction it grows based on whatever happens. So, planning of the city, mobility planning based on that plan, and then data based, evidence based planning.
And planning for everybody.
Planning for everybody.
The famous after phrase 8 to 80 rule, it's called, right? Are you planning for an 8-year-old or an 80-year-old?
Yes.
Correct. But if you plan for an 8-year-old or an 80-year-old, you likely get it right for the 40-year-old.
So, can you frame the problem that the city and what we are discussing?
So, I disagree with the current framing because it is framed from the purpose of if I took a pipe, we all want to go through the pipe, that's what we are fighting on. How do you share space? So, there is a road and there is a footpath. I am saying, you guys on the road, you fight over it. fight, whether it's bus or cycle, I don't care. But can we have the footpath only for those who walk? And my assessment is that more than 25% of the people who move on that footpath. I mean, it's a large percentage. It's not been measured. It is not
25.
It could be much more. I don't know. Like
more.
everyone who uses a bus walks.
no,
So if I took the road and said the road is 80% for argument's sake, and 20% is the real estate which is there for footpath, good or bad, 80% you guys can fight because you have a capacity problem. You have too many people on that. The people out here, if we make their life better, I call it a silver bullet. Now I'll give a simple UPI. What's UPI? Unified Payments Interface. No one knows that. What was UPI designed to do? A payment system for a country that is underbanked. What has it done? It has transformed our country. It has empowered people. It has done
Formal to informal to
the
formal.
impact of UPI is much more than a payment system, right? India is now leading the world in how to do DPI, digital public infrastructure, right? So I say we have a silver bullet. So you need a disruptive solution. I think an incremental solution will not cut it, because in India incremental stuff is always slow. So I'm proposing a UPI to solve our transport problem. So I'm saying UPI transform digital India. I'm suggesting a new UPI to transform physical India, universal pedestrian infrastructure.
Okay.
Because all our problems which we don't solve end up on the footpath. It's like this in a big desk, the corner of the desk where you can't solve it. The footpath is the place where every department's problems end up on, whether it is parking or things we have not solved. Vending zones, parking, electricity transformers, trees, whatever, it's on the footpath.